Hi, I'm Kathy. Thank you for joining me for another installment of The Adventures of Becky and Kathy. Today, we're going back to junior high school, and I want you to know this is a really difficult story for me to retell. For your listening consideration, I want you to know that this one has a rating. It is rated L for language, V for violence, and NN because it contains a not very nice person at all. It's appropriate for me to emphasize that the subtitle of this book is, again, Living Blissfully Naive. Chapter 18, Kathy Gets Called Out. As you already know, I did not like junior high school. I am working on avoiding using the word hate very much. At that age, kids' bodies all change, some for the better, most for the worst. But it's only for a very short time. From body shapes to acne, braces on teeth, too much oil in the hair, which comes from who knows where, voices changing, you name it. Because of all this, many kids try harder to fit in. Some try hard not to be noticed at all. And there were some who chose to bully anyone who was weaker. Becky and I had a school day routine. I lived close to Willis Jepson Junior High School, and she lived further away. For those in Nebraska, junior high school is just 7th and 8th grade. Thank goodness. Usually her dad would drop her off at my house and we would walk to school together. After school, Mr. Cochran often picked her up. I really liked art classes, but not in junior high school. The teacher may have been an okay artist, but what I remember about him was that he had a goatee, wore hippie shirts and love beads, and played music like the Fifth Dimension. Age of Aquarius. Would you like to fly in my beautiful balloon? It's not a bad thing, but he was oblivious to the fact that I was being bullied in his class. All I wanted to do was draw and paint watercolors, but this one girl zeroed in on me as her wimpy kid target, or more accurately, a skinny redhead with no taste in clothes, freckles, braces, and knobby knees, but not hairy legs. I did not have hairy legs. So anyway, she would walk by and knock my water over on my watercolor and say, "Whoops, sorry." Or she'd bump my arm while I was drawing and say nothing at all. Maybe because I wasn't responding the way she thought I should, or maybe just for her own sense of bully fun, she changed her tactics. My friend Debbie knows you called her a B word. She's calling you out. She's going to beat you up after school. Well, that would have made anyone's heart quicken, but I was in a dilemma. I did not want to get beat up. And I would get in trouble with my parents if I got in a fight, because I was told over and over, girls don't fight, and girls are to act like young ladies. I was scared, and I didn't know what to do. But there was a third aspect to this problem with which I needed help. She said I called her a bitch, and I didn't know what that was. So, of course, I would turn to Becky for help. I left school very quickly that day, since I didn't know who Debbie was, so I wasn't even sure who I was looking out for. Walking home from school, I casually asked Becky, "Do you know what a bee is?" She said, "No, why? Did someone call you that?" And I said, "No, someone said I called them that." So when we got to her house, we got out Webster's dictionary. Becky found the word and pronounced, "It says it's a pregnant female dog. Why would anyone call someone a pregnant female dog?" We were perplexed. But knowing what a bee was didn't solve my problem. I didn't want to get beat up, and I'd get in trouble with my parents if I got in a fight. And who the heck was Debbie? Becky advised we should run straight to her dad's car after school each day, and maybe she'd forget about me. It worked for a while. I don't remember if it worked for 2 days or 2 weeks. But one day, in the hallway on my way to math class, she came up behind me, knocked me down, and beat me up. Someone in the crowd that gathered must have called the teacher to end the fight. Well, her fighting me. I was more embarrassed than hurt. But she never called me out again. From then on, I referred to her as Big Fat Debbie. Well, never out loud. But she was very big, and she was fat. And boy, could she pack a punch. And so, what did I learn from that trial? Nothing. It was part of my, junior high school ever-end experience. Well, I did learn the definition of the B word, although not really. I just looked up the definition again, and it says nothing about being pregnant. And if Becky had read on, she would have read it also means a malicious, spiteful, or overbearing woman. Had I actually known Debbie, the definition would have fit her to a T. And I still switch off songs sung by the Fifth Dimension. Thank you for going through that with me. It was very hard. Please join me next time as we continue adventures that celebrate friendship. Because next time, we're going to leave junior high school, hopefully forever, and head to when the girls were freshmen in high school and look at a class they really liked, even though the teacher didn't really like them. If you like this at all, please like and share and go to my website, kathyamplified.com, if you want to hear any more of the Becky and Kathy adventures. Bye-bye. Be a good friend. The blessings last a lifetime.